All right, let's just dive right in. We are looking at a brand new AI tool called Nano, and I'm telling you, it is way more powerful than you might think. What this thing can do with just a simple photo, it's honestly mind-blowing, and it's completely changing the creative game. So let me just start by asking a question. What if you could take a picture of a totally wrecked, dilapidated room and with just one command, instantly, transform it into a stunning, modern, fully furnished space, all while keeping the exact same dimensions? Well, that's not a hypothetical. That's where we're starting.
So what even is Nano? Okay, at its heart, it's a generative AI, and that basically means you can take any picture you have and just completely rework it, using nothing but plain old text. You can edit things, transform them, or create something totally new from scratch.
And you know the best part? It is so simple to use. It's literally just 2 steps. You upload a photo you want to mess with, and then you just type out what you want it to do. That's it. All the incredible magic we're about to see, it all starts from that simple little process. Okay, so first up, let's talk about how this can take the photos you already have and just instantly upgrade them. We're talking about solving some of the most annoying and common problems you run into with pictures. The way it erases things is just on another level. Yeah, sure, it can get rid of annoying power lines from a beautiful landscape, no problem. But where it gets really smart is how it understands context. You can literally tell it to remove the fish from a photo, and it'll do it while keeping the fisherman's hands in the exact same pose. Or, get this, it can take drinks out of people's hands in a group photo and then redraw their hands to look totally natural, just empty. And we're going way beyond just taking out little objects here. You can swap out the entire background, the entire context of a picture. If you don't like where a photo was taken, you can basically change reality with a single sentence. And let me show you just how smart it is about this. This is just brilliant. It perfectly shows you the AI's intelligence. Somebody took a picture from the Joker movie and just told it, change the background to a roller coaster ride. Now, it didn't just cut and paste him. No, it understood what it means to be on a roller coaster, and it actually added the safety harness clips right there on his shoulders. That's incredible. This tool is also kind of a time machine for your memories. You can take an old, cracked, beat-up family photo, and with a simple prompt like, restore this damaged photo, boom, it fixes it up looking brand new. And its ability to add such realistic, natural-looking color to old black and white photos, it's just amazing. All right, now let's crank it up a notch and see how this gets even more creative. We're moving beyond just fixing photos, we're getting into mastering consistent characters and completely transforming the artistic style of an image. You know, one of the biggest challenges for AI image tools has always been character consistency. Getting the same person to show up in different images is so hard. Well, Nano absolutely nails it. You can create a character and then just pop that same person into any scene you can dream of. A coffee shop, a dentist's chair, you name it. And you can take that same character on a trip through time. In this case, one person was turned into a musician from different decades. Look at this, from a 1950s black and white band photo to the grunge of the 90s, and even a wild idea of what they'd look like in the year 3000. It just perfectly captures the vibe of every single era. This style transfer is just as wild. You can make an image look like it's from an N64 game, or painted by Picasso, or drawn as a comic strip. But wait. Here's the part that will blow your mind. You can apply a style to only part of an image. The prompt was, make the pizza look like a hand-drawn illustration while keeping everything else in the image exactly the same. And it did it! You have a cartoon pizza being held by photorealistic hands. Insane. Okay, so this is way more than just a fun toy for artists. Let's look at how this becomes an absolute monster of a power tool for professionals, completely shaking up creative workflows. The real game changer here is speed. Think about it. The old way of making a product mock-up could take hours of tedious, painful work in some complicated software. The new way? You upload 2 pictures and type, put the smartphone into the hand. And what you get is a perfect, totally realistic composite image in seconds. And this is useful across so many different jobs. An interior designer can visualize an entire redesign in a snap. A marketer can take a really bad product photo and turn it into a pro-level ad. A logo designer can even change the text and the icon on a 3D logo while perfectly keeping that metallic style. It's an incredible force multiplier for creativity. Okay, now for the part that really proves this isn't just some clever photo trick. We're about to look at some examples that show this tool can actually understand logic, context, and even reason about the world around us.
So we've seen what it can do creatively. But the real question is, how smart is it, really? Can it actually think? You are not going to believe these next examples.
Okay, check this out. Someone just took a screenshot from Google Maps. They dropped a pin right in the middle of Paris. They uploaded that screenshot and gave it one simple command: draw a ground view of the red pin. And it generated a perfect, photorealistic image of the Arc de Triomphe. It recognized the map, it understood where the pin was, and it knew what that spot looks like from street level. Just wow.
And if that wasn't enough to convince you, this thing has genuine reasoning abilities. It doesn't just see colors and shapes, it analyzes information and carries out logical tasks. And this next prompt proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Now, just take a second and think about how complicated this prompt is. This isn't just draw a thing. This is a multi-step logic problem. First, it has to draw 3 different fruits. Then, it has to analyze the spelling of each word. Then it has to find the letter that repeats the most, count how many times it repeats, and then write that result correctly underneath each specific drawing.
And the result? It was perfect. It nailed it. It correctly figured out R2 for cherry, A3 for banana, and E2 for watermelon. It followed every single logical step without making a single error. This isn't just image generation anymore. This is something else entirely. It's a reasoning engine.
So when you pull it all together, you really see 3 amazing pillars of what this thing can do. You've got your super practical photo repair, you've got this limitless creative transformation, and then you have this new, honestly shocking, ability to use actual logic.
So the big takeaway here is that Nano Banana isn't just another app to make your pictures look nice. It's about speed, taking tasks that used to take hours and doing them in seconds. It's about creativity, unlocking ideas you couldn't even attempt before. And maybe most importantly, it's about a new kind of intelligence, one that understands not just pixels, but context, logic, and the real world.
And all of this leaves us with a pretty deep question to chew on, doesn't it? When a machine can take a complex thought from your brain and turn it into a perfect image almost instantly, what does that mean for the future of human creativity? It's an exciting and, yeah, a slightly unnerving new world we're stepping into.